like we spoke in the past, when it comes to the last parasha of Sefer Shemot, actually the last two parashiot, so we count again and again all the utensils of the Mishkan in every single detail and every single material, right? And the Mefashim are asking, listen, there are so many halachot that we learn from one extra letter. The ones who learn Gemara, especially Daf Yomi, they know how many derashot we take out from one extra letter that the Pasuk says. Suddenly over here, the Torah repeats herself two whole parashiyot. Truma and Tetzaveh, they were already talking about the utensils of the Mishkan. Comes to Ve'akel Pikudei, and again, every single utensil. What's the point? What's the idea behind it? So I heard a very, it's a pshat pashut, but with a lot of musar skill for us. You see, usually they give a mashal. They said that there was this fellow that he made a beautiful painting of a field of wheat. Okay, after he finished the painting, so a farmer was passing by that place and he sees that painting. And he said, who made this painting? So a guy pick up his hand, me. Says, you made it? If you made it, you don't understand anything. So what do you mean? What can be wrong, in a painting of a field of wheat? What can be wrong? So he said, listen, in the painting everything is beautiful. The actual painting, you're right. But in reality, you painted that the wheat has on top like a bird. He has a bird. Whenever you have a bird on top, the bird in reality will never be standing straight. It will be bending down. Why? The weight of the bird and the wheat, yeah. So if you try to do like the reality, it's not. There is many things that you can plan. How do you like to look like? But when it comes to lemaaseh, to the reality, there are changes. And I think everybody in the business world understands that as well. You have plans. You want to do this, you want to do A, B, and C, and everything looks beautiful. And when it comes down to action, down to earth, to start building the thing, then you find this problem, that problem. You cannot do it perfectly the same way that you want it to. That's the reality. But the Torah is teaching us that that's correct, but it didn't happen in the Mishkan. In the Mishkan, you're going to find in this week's parashiyot, Ka'asher tzivah Hashem et Moshe, exactly the same plan that Borei Olam wanted to, and he told Moshe Rabbeinu, that's what Am Yisrael did. No. So what's the point for us? The point is that for sure, we are human beings. But you should know that whenever it comes to Avodat Hashem, you should look to do top. Used to be the great Rabbi, and he used to say, a Jew should be a Jew lechatchila, which means don't try to find loopholes all day long. No, a Jew is a Jew lechatchila. He's a Jew in the best way. So yes, sometimes you have to take the chumrah over here. Sometimes you have to try to do, obviously, if it's possible. But what's in your mind? What's your goal? Your goal is try to be the best. Try to get to the top of the mountain. I remember I had in yeshiva a friend that went to our mashgiach, and I told him, Rabbi, every time I open up Mesilat Yesharim is a book of Musar, right? Every time that I open up the Mesilat Yesharim, I get stuck at the second or third chapter. That's it. So what do you mean you get stuck? So yeah, I read the first one. Okay, I want to take it down to action. I go to the second one, Zaydut, Nekiyut, yeah, Zadizut. I go to the second one, okay, get to the third one, and I struggle. To the fourth one, it's already too much. So when I finish this third chapter, max, I close up the book. It's not anymore for me. So the rabbi told him, no, that's a mistake. Continue reading. Even if you know that you're not going to be able to take it down to action. As far as you know that there is something that exists like that, there is a concept like that, whenever your concepts are high concepts, you will reach to high levels. The Mishnah writes, Lo alecha melacha ligmor. You're not supposed to finish the whole thing. But you cannot say, no, listen, it's better for me not to even learn this topic because I don't even feel it. No, learn it. You should know about it. And then one day, Be'ezrat Hashem, you do tefillah, you try your best, and Borei Olam is going to help you to reach to that point. But always with the positive thoughts. You know, I heard a very interesting story that was published, I believe it was yesterday, 2 days ago. A family in Eretz Yisrael that the older son was already 16 years old, and the father was always checking what was going on with the kid. Unfortunately, the kid was going down and down. He was watching things that were not so, and he was actually one day with the kippah, he started to go, smaller. Then Birkat Amazonia is not even saying Birkat Amazonia, the Suda. Half of the Suda is not even at the table. Like that was the whole. And the father was getting frustrated. Rahmanan Litzlan, the Gemara writes that there is no worse curse to a person, worse suffering to a person, than to have a son that goes out of the derech. That's what the Gemara writes. Lo alenu, Rahmanan Litzlan. Anyway, so this father was so worried. One day, he checks in his room and he sees all type of stuff that he was, having under his pillow, under his this. Parminan. Rabotai, the father, one day his son comes over to him and tells him, Dad, I want to tell you something. I decided I'm not anymore religious. That's it. No Shabbat, no tefillin, leave me alone. Lo alenu. Rabotai, a week later, or a couple of days later, or whatever, he sees the son. He goes to pray Shacharit, and he sees the son, a Jew, putting on tefillin and talit. And then he sees the son praying, and praying. And then he sees the son saying Birkat Hamazon. So he goes to his son and he said, I don't get you. You said that you're secular, that you're not religious. I'm not a religious guy who puts on tefillin every day. Okay, inshallah, there will be other non-religious people. What do you mean? What happened? He says, Dad, when I was keeping mitzvot, you were all the time looking about what I'm not keeping. And now that you know that I don't keep, now you're all the time looking what I am keeping. What I am keeping. Which means, yes, you have to be focused in what you can actually do and in the positive. Don't be focused in the negative. The Mishkan was repeated to tell us, whenever you try to look higher, at the end of the day you have Siyata Dishmaya. I think they asked Chamavadei Yosef, what's the secret of your success? Chamavadei Yosef said it's Siyata Dishmaya. Help from Borei Olam only. You do your max. You try to get to the highest level. You're not going to be able to do it by your own. So whenever you try, Borei Olam is going to push you. He's going to bring you up. That's the message, and Be'ezrat Hashem we should be able to take it and to grab it to our lives. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen ve'amen. Rabbi